Hey gang, Matt Joker Thayer here again from Team Anglers Avenue. What I'm here to talk to you about today is UV. Every major tackle manufacturer on the Great Lakes now has UV. The term UV has taken the Great Lakes by storm across markets from salmon, walleyes, you name it, UV is now hot. What UV is a wavelength of light. It's beyond what the human eye can see. But fish supposedly, different people say that they can see at different times in their lives. What that means, I don't know. What the truth is, I don't know. What it does mean to me is there's a lot of hot new stuff that fish like to eat, and I'm here to talk about that today. For starters, I guess we're going to talk about what's people call UV tape. The UV qualities to a fish are unknown to us. You put it under a black light, it doesn't necessarily light up. What it does do is looks very prismatic and throws a ton of light, a ton of shine, and it's really, really attractive. So there are three different types of UV tape that we see regularly. First and foremost would be what I call UV whitebacker or opaque UV. I guess I'll use a stinger flasher here as an example. If you look, the center die cut on that stinger flasher is whiteback UV. And to us it looks like kind of a light blue as well as some purple, a little bit of green that is thrown off of that. What that is it's a layered tape. It's that shiny prismatic tape over a white substrate, a white back, to reveal its true properties, its true identity. That can be compared to this, what we call UV crush, or crushed ice, whereas you can see right through this tape, right to the blank. So whatever you put it over will shine through. You can see the chrome flasher here. You can tell a little bit in the difference in the color of those two flashers. The top layer of the tape is the same. What's underneath is what gives the different properties and reveals different things. I'm going to show you an example of a DW paddle right here, Dreamweaver paddle. This is an all-glow blade with transparent UV tape over top, UV slick. And I don't know if you can see that, but I'm putting my hand behind the blade to reveal that you can actually see through it. What you do get is a little bit of the properties of the blade itself that light the tape up, but you can see through to see glow through the tape. An interesting idea. Here's a new Pro King flasher for this year that uses UV crush. It uses the slick UV, that transparent, the flat, and those are both transparent, but they're over glow to give those same glow properties through the tape, but also give the properties that reveal a bunch of color, that let that tape really show with the, giving it that white back. Beyond tape, what we have is UV plastic. It's plastic that's molded into baits, and I'm going to talk about body bait style baits, J-plugs, silverhorns, stuff like that. That's embedded in the plastic itself that gives off UV light, UV properties. Here are two silverhorns, and I'm going to show you right now. I wish you could pick it up a little bit better on the camera. I bet you can't. But to us, we see a little bit of a purple hue, particularly when in the sunlight, and that's the UV, the little bit of violet that we can pick up on. And if you look at it under a light, it'll light up a bit, and you can really get a good glimpse of what's going on. And that's UV plastic. And what I'm going to talk about last would be UV paint. Here's a couple of Stinger Stingrays, for example, that use paint as well as tape that light up under a light. And what we have is very bright, they're opaque, they're not transparent colors that are painted on top of the spoon that pick up under UV light, a black light, and shine very, very brightly. And these two in particular are used in conjunction with that tape, that whiteback or that opaque tape that I started off by mentioning. Those were Stinger Stingrays. Here's a Dreamweaver, a super slim. This is a UV bait as well, particularly the chartreuse edge shows up very, very well. Pardon me. Again, guys, I don't know what UV does. What I do know is that it looks awesome and that fish eat it. So if you guys don't have things that are advertised as UV or UV baits in your arsenal, it's something that you may want to get out to the tackle store and check out. Ask the owner of the tackle store if you guys can walk outside and check it out in the sunlight. If you look at baits in one hand versus another, you grab a traditional bait with some tape on it, and you grab a UV, something that's advertised as UV in the other hand, walk out in the sunlight in particular, and really start to check them out. I think you're going to be impressed. So get out and try it.